Hello everybody, my name is Snipey Fun, and I welcome you back to my next video game collection showing off video. I've done my Nintendo 64 collection, Super Nintendo collection, GameCube collection, PlayStation 1 collection, on top of my anime collection. This time, like I said last time, is going to be on the PS2. A great system in its own right, a ton of games. And one of the systems I have in my collection that actually I have the most for. So, I don't know how many parts this will be. I'm going to try to get through just this container right here all for part 1, and we'll see where we go from there. Hope you guys enjoy it. And there will be more extra content to add to my channel for you to tide you all over until my major videos start coming out later this year. So I hope you all enjoy it. So let's just get started right over here. I'm going to start off with the original Thrillville. Now, I really, back in the day, I really liked, Roller Coaster Tycoon and somewhat Sims Theme Park. Didn't play as much as that as Roller Coaster Tycoon, but I loved the whole making of, the theme park type situation. I love creating stuff. That's the reason why I love The Sims. I love stuff where I can create stuff in the games. Now, this is kind of like that, but in the 3D sense, where you can actually go walk around your world and actually get on the rides and create stuff, and there's like a story to it. There's not as much depth as, say, like a Sims Theme Park or a Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's more limited than those, but it does give you a decent amount of customization for, say, creating roller coasters and racetracks and putting stuff in your park, where at least you have some feel. It's not Roller Coaster Tycoon, but it's pretty freaking fun. Okay, right here we got, hey, look, another hockey game. You've been seeing this in almost every single one of my collections. Gretzky NHL 2005. Like I said numerous times, I love playing me some hockey. It's like one of the sports out there that I could play games for, especially simulation-based. I really like me some hockey. And look, there's another game in my collection, just like on the N64, the GameCube, the PlayStation 1, and the Super Nintendo. Look, another one. It's also pretty fun. We got Star Wars Racer Revenge. Now, I would say the one on the Nintendo 64 is actually a much better game. It feels like there's more to it. This one is actually still kind of fun. It's an interesting take on it, like if Anakin came back after being a Jedi for so long in this story, like, Sebulba trying to get revenge and more racers to play as. And you can even unlock, like, Darth Vader in the game, or Darth Maul. So you can unlock some really cool characters. There's a lot. I think there's more that you can do, even though I do think the N64 original is actually a lot better. This one was still pretty fun to play. And here we go. Romance of the Three Kingdoms 11. Now, I've only barely played this franchise. I have number 4 from the Super Nintendo on the Wii Virtual Console, and I remember renting back in the day like 8 or 9 or something. One of the other PlayStation 2 ones, I remember renting it. And I've seen this at Toys R Us years ago, and I wanted to play it. Because I like strategy-esque stuff. Now, but that's more so like tactical RPGs and strategy stuff like that. But I do like playing some strategy stuff. And this is a very big strategy franchise. And at least for me, and there's a lot of people that probably play it, like, you really have to get into a war setting. You really have to get into the mindset to play this game. And quite frankly, I'm not in that. And I kind of suck at the game. But what's cool is I can create a ton of armies, put all the soldiers together, just throw myself out of the game and let computers play and just watch a massive war break out. Still pretty fun to play. And there's just like so much you could really do in it. I like it for the customization part, just to create people for armies and have them battle each other. Even if I'm not playing, I can watch them just kick each other's ass. Just destroy each other. Just watch these armies just battle. That's the whole fun of it, just of watching them after I make all their stats and create them and make them based off stuff. Okay, Ratchet & Clank Going Commando. I only barely played the Ratchet & Clank franchise. This is the only one I own, and I got it from GameStop case. I rented the original before. I played Deadlock before. I rented that before, and this one I bought like when GameStop was going out, like their PS2 games. And it's a pretty fun action platforming game. And I do like and I do own, although I haven't played it, that 4 in 1 on the PS3. So there's that too. But this is still a fun game, an improvement over the original. Okay. Title Legends 2, some very classic, like, arcade games. There's a ton of stuff. You can get, like, puzzle games, shoot 'em ups, hack and slash beat 'em ups. Really, really cool. You can get Space Invaders in here. Really fun collection. I need to find the original. I've never been able to find the original. NBA Street Volume 2. In my opinion, my favorite of the NBA Street games. The original was pretty fun, and 3 was kind of cool. I didn't play any of them after that. But this one just, like, it took what they did in the original and really amplified on it. Awesome intro. A lot of secret, like, legendary, like, NBA players you can unlock, as well as, like, the street legend people, like, what's his face, this dude. I think that's Bonafide. That's Michael Jordan. This is, I cannot remember his name. It's a fun arcadey basketball game. We got Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. I have this also on the Game Boy Advance, but I wanted to get like the newer, 3D version of it too back when it came out, because I'm a Kingdom Hearts nut, and I love it. Now, not my favorite game. A lot of people like Chain Memories, but there's like they don't really like the card battle system all that much. But there's a lot of people that do. I'm indifferent on it. It's a cool system. I like the classic, just like hack and slash RPG type style. But it's fun, and it's really freaking hard when you get higher level. Like I got so far in the Game Boy Advance one, I never beat it. I got to like the last Axel battle, and he destroys me. I can never beat him. In this one, I forgot where I think I'm on the final Evil Riku battle in this version. And it's freaking hard. I can't believe I even made it past him on the Game Boy Advance. We got Art of Fighting Anthology. Awesome fighting game franchise, Art of Fighting. From SNK, basically one of the bigger rivals of like Street Fighter back in the day. It's a fun series, cool characters, and it's an anthology, so you get basically the first 3 games in the series. So, hey look, 3 games in 1. Awesome. And another fighting game from SNK, Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, which has a lot of characters from their franchises. Like King of Fighters, Metal Slug, World Heroes, Samurai Showdown, I said King of Fighters already? Yeah, I think it's King of Fighters, and there's like basically like Fatal Fury stuff and everything. It's just all their franchises thrown into one big 2D fighting game. Really freaking awesome. Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence. Probably my favorite Metal Gear Solid game I've ever played. Really good story, really good characters. I liked how in Subsistence you can actually control the camera. I think that adds a little more to it. And it has all the extra features that were, like, it used to have, online play was pretty fun back in the day. Too bad, I cannot play it anymore, but I used to play online play, like, all the time. And then you can get, like, theater mode, dual mode, like the monkey thing from Ape Escape. Really kind of fun. Like, extra little stuff to it. Street Fighter Anniversary Collection is basically Street Fighter Third Strike as well as Street Fighter 2 Anniversary Edition. So basically all different versions of Street Fighter mixed with Third Strike. 2 cool Street Fighter fighting games. Really good deal. For those of you who like Street Fighter, worth picking up. Got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, one of my favorite Tony Hawk Pro Skaters. Not my favorite, but pretty good. There's some cool levels, cool skaters you can play as. You got a lot of Jango Fett in this game. Really freaking awesome. The music is awesome. Not my favorite in terms of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. I said that in the PlayStation 1 collection. With I like 2 more than 1. I think 2 and 3 are probably some of the best in terms of music from Pro Skater, and then Underground 1. But this is pretty good too. You get Leston, Jake, friends, Metalhead. Really freaking awesome. All my friends are Metalheads. Strike Force Bowling, a pretty good bowling game. Pretty simulation based. Wait, no, this one isn't simulation based. It's a different one. Oops, mess up. This one's it's kind of still has simulation factors, but it's more crazy. You can play like skeletons and robots. I always would play as a Japanese schoolgirl because it was just so funny just bowling as her. You can play as like random things, but it's pretty simulation still based. Like it's not like Milo's Astrolands on the N64 or like any arcadey bowling game you've ever played. It's pretty simulation based, but it has a lot of funny like setups and characters to play as that make it feel different. Max Payne, pretty cool third-person action shooter game. Pretty fun. I liked it. Enjoyable story and characters. Fun game. SSX 3, probably my favorite SSX game, alongside Tricky. Pretty fun, awesome. You can actually kind of customize your snowboarder people in this game. Basically, like change their outfits and stuff. Give them wacky heads, like a pumpkin head. Awesome music, probably the best in the series in terms of music. Although On Tour kind of comes close. And really fun gameplay. It really improved upon Tricky. Burnout 3, probably my favorite of the Burnout games. Really crazy action, doing like Crash mode, Rampage mode, or Takedown, I should say. Cool, awesome music, multiplayer, fun. Let's see what else. I know I have one more game here. I want to make sure I'm getting all the games in here. Yep, one last game for part 1, everyone, and it's Midway Arcade Treasures 1. Now, when you saw my GameCube collection, you saw that on the GameCube I have Midway Arcade Treasures 3, and I have 1 on the PS2, which is basically more of the classic Midway games. Basically, like, you know, Smash TV, Rampage, Paperboy, Joust, and Gauntlet, and everything. Really cool for people out there that love classic arcade games. Really good collection. I used to have the second one on the original Xbox when I used to have that years ago, and it was so awesome because it had like all the old Mortal Kombats and everything. It was so freaking awesome to have that, and then I ended up giving my Xbox to my cousin, Vito, and all that, and then I got rid of a lot of my games, so I still have to go out and find 2 I have 1 and 3. And that's it for part 1, everyone. I hope you guys liked part 1. See you guys in part 2 when we get on to this container underneath it, and eventually to this big container down here, which, for those of you who watch my PlayStation 1, you'll remember this one, because that's where I had some PlayStation 1 games at. My name is Sonny Slim. Please subscribe if you want to. Have a lovely day, and see you all in part 2 and in future YouTube videos. Have a nice day.